Hi, welcome to the Warhammies. Today is a quick little video for those who don't want to play the new campaign, but also want to see the new cutscenes. I apologise for any penance pop-ups throughout, as I was completing my Arbitrator class while doing this. These cutscenes will be from the Arbitrator's perspective. Remember to subscribe if you want to catch more Darktide content.
Sir.
You summoned me.
You have failed me, Ivan. All this time and still Atoma is not secured.
No one is more disappointed than I. There have been complications.
No more excuses. My time is running out.
So is yours.
What do you mean?
Atoma was always under Marshal Voltaire's jurisdiction. You have exhausted his patience. He has sent forces to restore the tide.
You have failed your duty. We have all failed. Atonement will come only when the tide is restored. We shall triumph in the names of our fallen, and of those who still uphold the Lex. This is the Marshal's command. This is how it shall be. This is the will of the Lex.
He doesn't have the authority.
He speaks for holy law. That is his authority. He will test you.
Do not fail me again.
When do they arrive?
Right. So what's all this then?
The mission terminal provides intel concerning where our diligence is required. We are few, and our strength spread thin. To prevail, we must fight alongside these rejects. However distasteful it may be to do so, restoring the Lex to Atoma means walking a long and dangerous road. It may be that none of us see its end. That is to be expected. Go forth. Atoma cries out for judgment. We shall provide it. This is the will of the Lex.
That could have gone tidier, but she got the job done. Putting the traitor lieutenant down in the dust has thrown the occupation of Kazan Station into disarray. Breaks my heart. Vanguard elements of the Mobian 21st are moving in even as we speak. As for you, seeing as you're still breathing, Explicator Zola wants a word. It's starting to look like there's more to all this than some renegade guardsman wielding a grudge. Not sure what those things were, but you can be sure it's going to be trouble. Still, clean water's flowing again, and you've given the heretics one in the eye into the bargain. We'll get the silo secured. Hopefully that's an end of the matter. I've cut you the necessary clearance for the commissary. You've earned it. Would you look at that? Another successful mission. I guess Zola might have been right about you after all. The Walter cartel's certainly seen better days. No tears from me. Nasty fighters from what I've heard, so it's just as well we're not taking them on at the same time. Still, they can rest easy knowing they've helped us feed the heretics a bunch of bad intel. Should make things easier for us in the coming days. I can't argue with that.
seems that for once, dear Augustine did not exaggerate. There's one arch-heretic fewer among the living. May the celebrations begin, etc., etc. I understand that the surviving water cartel have taken the opportunity to remonstrate with the heretics. I do so like a brawl with no winners. But don't even think that you'll be resting on your laurels. You're still scum, but you're useful scum. In fact, I think it's time you introduced yourself to Hadron. I'm sure she's going to simply adore you.
The weapons you bear are not mere tools of war. Serving as their custodian offers fulfillment you do not deserve. Steep yourself in the precepts and rituals of Holy Mars. Open yourself to the Omnissiah, and perhaps, varlet, your diligence will be rewarded. With a glimpse of what these relics once were and might be again. Let us explore the mysteries of the machine god together. After all, we have a little time before your execution.
That one got a bit hairy by the end, didn't it? Still, he went in, did the job, and got out alive. Not everyone does. Chances are you won't next time. That phage tree's a nasty business, but you've given us the keys to a permanent solution. At least, so Karuk says. Not that I understand every second word he uses. Either way, you've put Wolfer's nose out of joint, and that makes this a good day, whatever comes next.
I am told that careful use of compliments is an aid to morale. With that in mind, I am pleased to impart the knowledge that your performance was not as woeful as I might have otherwise expected. Am I doing it right? It is so hard to tell. No matter. Interrogator Rannick wishes to have one of his interminable conversations. Be gone. Should you seek additional training before your next deployment, Stephanie has begun a new initiative in the meat grinder. Due to compromised flight path visibility, all military activities are suspended till sunup.
Morning Star. Is this working? Curse this antiquated box. I have vital information for techno-archaeologist Hadron Omega 77.
I know of a facility hidden in one of Tertium's interzone voids. It holds the lost secrets of forging true
Mobian steel. How have I discovered this, you ask? A gentleman never boasts. But hurry. I fear the dastardly Mobian sixths are getting closer all the time.
By decree of the Adeptus Administratum, all citizens are to resist. All citizens are to obey.
And so the heretic Voxcast falls silent, and the blessed word is restored. Still, you achieved your usual glorious body count. Seriously, I'm almost very slightly impressed. But if we ever doubted the presence of some kind of cult on Tertium, we can consider those doubts laid to rest. This bears careful consideration indeed. Given your performance, I've cleared you for access to Sir Melk's Requisitorium. Do make yourselves useful to him.
Recon teams, Wormwood agents, and loyal citizens risk their lives delivering vital intelligence. It's dangerous work, but the Imperium is built on the blood of martyrs. Sire Darius Melk is responsible for collating and analyzing these reports, identifying priority targets, supply lines, and transitory weaknesses in the traitor war machine.
Never hide from me!
The benefit of the tasks he asks you to undertake may not immediately be clear, but like Mobian's steel, triumph is forged of many elements. Strength, certainly. Courage, of course. Faith, above all. But to have any hope of victory, we must also be clever.
You continue to almost completely fail to disappoint. Well done. The secret to Mobian steel is at last within our grasp, though I do not expect you to comprehend its wonder. But you might have arranged to leave this swagger down there. The Morning Star is no place for this individual, no matter what loyalties he claims. I am certain that I am not alone in this opinion, which I suppose makes for a pleasing change.
People of Tarsum, hear me. We are the Mobian Six, returned and redeemed. Their chains no longer bind us. Their bastions can no longer hold us. Once we were lost, like you, blinded by faith and acceptance. Only when our eyes were opened did we truly see the lies for what they were. We are your sons. We are your daughters. We have come home. It is our solemn pledge to bring about a new and glorious age of freedom and prosperity. Join us and cast off the falsehoods of the Yoke.
Enough of that heretic filth. Right, listen up. We got a well-trained traitor army on our hands, and this Walther fella seems to be at the head of it. The Inquisitor's Wormwood agents have tracked their latest propaganda broadcast, giving us the location of their staging area. Two of Walther's lieutenants, the Karnak twins, are leading operations in Abzone HL 7004. The Carnival was never a nice area, but now the heretics are dug in like rats. Word is that some kind of stim is spreading through the streets, making those nasty buggers even nastier. See if you can turn the tide and get us a win on the board, eh? Right. You got your orders. Get out there and bring those heretics to their knees.
Another bad day for Walther, another good day for us. He can't be happy that we've shut down his stim pipeline. He's been pulling in the big guns. You've met him already. Rodin and Rinda Karnak. Nasty pieces of work and no mistake. Crossed paths with them briefly a while back. They were mean then, and Throne knows they'll only be worse now. Still, with the stim safely undercarved by the Mobian 21st, that's another weight off my mind.
You know, if this streak of success continues, I may have to start learning some of your names. Thankfully, that day remains far in the future. It seems that Walther and the Karnak twins are the heart of the Mobian invasion. Thought will be given to removing them. We shall have to proceed with the utmost care, however. Walther may look and talk like a brute, but I've learned the hard way that it's better not to judge by appearances. We'll speak again, I'm sure. Or at least I'll talk and you'll listen. The Emperor protects. I suppose all's well that ends in something other than complete and utter failure. The fall of the Karnax has only intensified the cultist's fervor. I wonder why. Understand that while I am pleased at how you acquitted yourselves, Augustine will be stepping back from operations while she renews her perspective. We may be an unusual little band, but there must be discipline even here. Hopefully I won't have call to remind you of that. The Emperor protects.
The Mobian 6th Infantry Regiment were ordered to Nox Alpha, a death world in the outer Mobian fringe, to quell an unknown uprising plaguing the planet. 50,000 of the Emperor's finest men and women. We had no idea what we were up against.
Captain, are these dogs ready to die?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's worse, the enemy or that carking commissar.
I guess we'll find out soon enough. Now quiet down. Defeat was inevitable. We prepared to sell our lives for the Imperium. But as despair festered, a stranger walked among us.
Heretics! By the throne, you will all pay for this!
We were taught what it meant to be strong, to be blessed. And thus we became the true defenders of humanity. How will your false emperor protect you now?
Another acceptable outcome. I'm starting to think I'm being set up as some kind of terrible joke. However, with the Aegis station back in the Mobian 21st hands, we can look at expanding our efforts in Throneside. I trust that my protege was both commanding and discreet. I jest, of course. I see everything. Never forget that. It's good to have reliable underlings, I find. Do bear that in mind. I have high hopes for Hestia, and for you. The Emperor protects. I confess that I'm somewhat conflicted. I know that Morrow gave you one of his little warnings about loyalty, betrayal, and woeful inevitable consequences, but still you decided to swan around like a pirate at this Hallowed woman's request. Melk I'll deal with later, but make no mistake, you work for me. Not the Commodore, not the ship mistress, not Hadron, not Swagger, not even Morrow. Me. I do hope our working relationship isn't going to end with me manfully refusing to shed a tear over your executed corpse. The Emperor protects. The signal
signal's away and our report with it. I don't know who it's for. Rannick's playing things even closer than normal right now. I reckon he's taking Zola's moment of initiative harder than he pretends. He's not one to trust easily, so even small betrayals cut deep. That's what comes from overthinking things. Still, at least Zola's still breathing. Doesn't always end that way with Rannick. But the war goes on and we're playing our part. That's what soldiers do. So hold your heads high until I call for you again, yeah?
Were I a man to deliver thanks or hearty congratulations, I'd offer both. Once again, you had to fend for yourselves on a mission gone awry, and performed with gusto. Not only did you put an end to the ritual, but we also have a name to put to our pains. Admonition. Their motives and goals may remain opaque for the moment, but names hold power. For the record, I'm still not going to trouble myself to learn yours. However, you may consider me gravely impressed. You can be sure I'll find work for you again.